The best time to play Sadako is right now because she just got a whole heck of a lot stronger. But here's the crazy part, Dead by Daylight didn't change her power at all. If you look at the patch notes, nothing's changed, yet somehow Sadako has become substantially more powerful. So what's actually going on? The secret is behavior didn't change Sadako, they changed her environment. There's a recent change to the game that completely shifts the odds in her favor. I can't promise the game is gonna stay like this forever. So today I'm gonna reveal exactly what this massive buff is and show you how you can take full advantage of it while you still can. So how is this possible? Behavior hasn't changed Sadako, but all of a sudden she feels a lot better. Well, this is because they've recently changed the map rotation. If you haven't noticed, the map rotation is heavily skewed now towards indoor maps. So maps like Midwich, RPD, and Leary's have been a lot more common. And for most killers, this is an absolute nightmare. And like any dash killers or ranged killers are probably pissed. I know we all have these games recently where you see a Billy on RPD or a Huntress on Leary's, and you can't help to feel bad for them. And while most killers are pissed off about the recent changes to the map rotation, these maps are actually a massive advantage for Sadako. So for those who don't know, Sadako is a really strong killer against newer players, but she's actually a really bad killer against more experienced players. Because more experienced players know all you have to do is pull tapes and keep her TVs off in order to win. If you turn off Sadako's TVs, she ends up just being an M1 killer. And oftentimes you can just like pre-drop every pallet on a map and beat a Sadako. Because Sadako's TVs usually spawn right next to a generator, it's really not that hard for survivors to get off a gen, go pull a tape, and jump right back onto a generator. And when a TV comes back on, they can simply go right back to the TV and turn it off. Well, Sadako thrives on indoor maps and 2 floored maps. Because you might not know this, but Sadako's condemn is like a sphere around the TV. And even if a survivor's on a floor above or below a TV, they'll still gain a stack of condemn. So when you look at a map like Midwich is probably Sadako's best map. To counter Sadako on Midwich, you would have to be constantly running up and downstairs to control the TVs. So by them buffing maps like Midwich and RPD, they are directly buffing Sadako as well. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, for a while when they were changing pallet density, playing Sadako felt almost impossible. Because yeah, I mean, survivors could just pre-drop pallets, take off. If it was like a big map, it was really hard to manage. If you didn't gain control of those TVs, survivors would essentially completely pull the tapes on one side of the map, pre-drop all the pallets, and you're just gonna really struggle. And I definitely was playing Sadako less in this time because yeah, I mean, like it was frustrating. But now recently I've enjoyed her a lot more, and it just kind of hit me like this map rotation is fire for Sadako. And I also play a lot of Springtrap, and it's pissing me off as Springtrap. Like even maps like Leary's, it's not a 2-floor map, but when your TVs aren't just directly out in the open and visible and you have to like cut in and out of rooms, they're like tucked away in corners or there's no like easy route to get there. It just seems like that small inconvenience makes a huge difference, and it also makes it way easier to control the TVs. And the interesting thing is I haven't seen like a whole lot of people talk about this. I mean, maybe you've seen other creators talk about its impacts on Sadako, but I feel like no one really cares about Sadako, so no one really wants to talk about it. Like I know Scott Jun came out with a video on how like tier lists are outdated. He made a good point, like a killer like Billy who's like A tier, well in this current map rotation isn't A tier. And he brought up like Huntress as well, and I think both are good points, but I feel like people kind of just forgot about Sadako and kind of the effects this rotation has had on her. Because yes, it's had a lot of negative effects on killers, but Sadako kind of bumped up from like, I would say like a D tier killer to right now she's feeling kind of like a B, and that might be a stretch, but the amount of times I've gotten, again, like the game, Leary's, Underground Complex, Midwich, RPD, it's been crazy. And even on the new map, Sadako's actually pretty good too. She benefits from a lot of the things I talked about with Leary's and her TVs not being just directly out in the open. So this is what I would do if I were you, and you've played Sadako in the past, maybe you got frustrated with her. This is the perfect opportunity to get back into her. I think everyone in the community has said for a while that Sadako's probably due for a buff, but because she's so strong against newer players, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Fire her up. If you get on Midwich, some people have even told me all they had to do was kind of spam TVs and they've ended up like condemning people and winning games. Don't get in a bad habit of just spamming TVs. Like you still want to play with intention, but it's great to see that she's actually viable right now. This has kind of given me a second wind with Sadako. I have a lot more Sadako videos planned now. If you guys don't know, I hit P100 on Sadako, so I have a P100 guide that's going to be coming out probably hopefully next month. And I also have some cool videos planned around add-ons and builds. So yeah, let me know if you guys have noticed this, if you guys play Sadako, if you guys are having more fun recently. And if you want more Sadako tips, click this video right here where I give 30 Sadako tips. Each get better and better.